The next thing that we're going to look at is going to be the commenting system for WordPress. This is something that's very handy, a way to build readers, a way to create interaction, and just a general way to make your site entertaining to be on. Um, the commenting is really the lifeblood of any blog. And I know not every WordPress site is going to be blog centric or anything like that, but it's very much a big portion of what WordPress does. So we're going to look at that today, along with all the things that kind of go with it. So let's go ahead and get started here. Normally, this is what your commenting area is going to look like on your blog. Okay, let me go ahead and actually log out so you can see what a normal person is going to see. Anybody who's just visiting your site. Okay, I have mine set up to where you have to be registered to post a reply. Some sites will allow you to anyone can post a reply, but that's not really the safest or most intelligent thing to do, because then you're just going to have tons and tons of spam on your site. And we're going to talk about different ways that we can fight that spam. But so just so you know, you have to be logged in on my site, and that's the first thing we're going to look at. We're going to look at how to set that. Okay, so to configure all of your commenting, all you need to do is log into your WordPress site, okay, through the WP admin. You want to go to settings, and then we go to discussion. Okay, this is where all of your settings are going to be modified. All right, and we can do a lot of different things in here. We can notify other blogs that we're talking about them. We can link notifications for other blogs, and then we can allow people to post comments on new articles. Okay, if you want commenting at all on your site, this field right here has to be checked. Okay, most important, do this. All right. Okay, comment author must fill out name and email. Okay, this is when someone is filling it out, they have to put in this information, otherwise it doesn't work. Okay, user must be registered and logged in. Of course, yes they do. Okay, these two kind of like omit each other. This one, registered, is going to take precedence. If I had this turned off, and let's come down here and we'll save our changes so you can see what exactly that's going to do. Let's log out. Okay, scroll down the bottom. You can see here. Now it's just the user has to put in their name, their email address, the website, and the comment. I believe this is what's going to be default. And you can set it this way if you'd like, or you can set it where the user has to log in, whichever you're more comfortable with. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just leave it like this. I'm probably going to have to refresh. Yeah, there we go. All right. Automatically close comments on articles older than 14 days. So if you don't want people coming in and commenting on something that you wrote 2 years ago, because you may not ever see it if you have email notification turned off, this is a good idea to set when you can comment. Enable threaded or nested comments. This will allow you to basically, instead of just having one long line of comments, whenever someone replies to a comment, it will indent their comment, and you can indent up to, say, here's 5 levels. You can go anywhere from 2 to 10. 10 levels is probably going to be too excessive, and if there's a lot of people interacting with your site, it can get confusing. So 5 is a good number. 4, 6, anywhere in that region would be good. Break comments into pages with 50 top-level comments per page. This is going to be, most people are not going to have to set this, because you're not going to have 50 comments on your blog. That's just ridiculous. That is for incredibly popular WordPress sites, so that's not too big of a deal. Anyone can post a comment. Okay, this is going to be the email settings. So if anyone posts a comment, or if there's a comment held for moderation, or it's being held for approval, you're going to get an email. So usually I'm going to check when anyone posts a comment, so that I can go in and read what they have to say. It doesn't matter if it's being held for moderation or not. I still want to be notified when somebody is commenting on my site. This may get annoying to you if you're not used to getting tons and tons of emails, and just gets on your nerves. You can turn those off if you'd like. Before a comment appears, administrator must approve the comment. So I have that checked because I want to make sure I know what's going on my site. And then comment author must have a previously approved comment. Okay, and this checked will basically say if I have previously approved their stuff before, it's going to go ahead and go through. Comment moderation. I can hold comments in the queue if they contain X amount of links. So let's say usually spam is going to have multiple links, at least 2. Because they're going to try to get the most bang for the buck when they're just spamming your site. So if I have it set if it contains 1 or more links. So anybody posted a link, I'm going to have to approve it because I may not want you sharing that link with everybody. Okay. And then here, when comment contains any of these words in the content, name, URL, email, or IP, it will be held in moderation. That's basically a key list of things that you may not want to appear on your site. You can put that there. And then comment blacklist. When any of these words appear in the content, name, URL, email, or IP, they'll be marked as spam. Okay, so this is the bad stuff. This is stuff that may be bad. Okay, so if something goes in the blacklist, it's just going to get put in the spam folder, and that's it. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. You may maybe sometimes go in there and check and see what's in spam and make sure you don't have things that are going in there that shouldn't be. Okay, so that's pretty much all the information for commenting. This last little section down here, avatars, is the little icon that's going to appear next to any post that you are going to have people create. All right, so you want to have show avatars set, so it will allow this little icon to appear. We want to set the maximum rating, so all our sites are probably going to be PG, or they should. Hopefully, we don't need to have any R-rated content. So you want to select PG, and I'll show you guys here in a second what this actually means. Okay, so select PG, and then this is the default avatar. So if somebody does not have a avatar set, you can use any of these guys right down here. Okay, just select one and you'll be good. But a cool little trick that you can do is with a website called Gravatar. If I can type Gravatar, okay? The actual URL is en.gravatar.com. And what this is basically a universal avatar website. So many sites are going to use this. And the cool thing is, once you have an account set up with your email address, whenever you register for new sites, it's automatically going to set your avatar. So you only have one place that you have to mess with that. Not that that's really important, but it's a nice little feature. And I'll show you guys what all the settings are. We can go under My Gravatars. These are images that I've uploaded to use as avatars, and I only have one right now. And you can see if I highlight it, it says rated G. So that means anything G or higher, this is going to go on. So this is my default safe avatar. Well, I may be on another site that's marked as being a PG site or an R-rated site. Those, we can also set individual avatars for those. All you have to do is add an image. You choose where the image is going to come from. Well, I'm going to do one from my computer. I'm going to choose a file. And then let's just find one. What do I have on here? Okay, here's this lady that's screaming. Okay, I'll use that one. Hit next. Choose how we want this to be cropped. There we go. That looks good to me. Crop and finish. And then we get to choose what rating do we want to use this for. Do we want to do it for G, PG, R, or X? Let's say I'm going to use this for all of my R-rated sites I go to. So, and all that really means is just sites that may have profanity or just more adult content. Anything that's going to be for people 17 and over. Okay. So we got my R and my G. So it looks good. Want to make sure that this is set as my primary though. Okay, because I like that one. All right, and that's pretty much it. For you guys to go to set this up, you can just go here. I'll show you. And then you can actually sign in. You don't have to set up a new account. You can sign in with your WordPress.com information, the stuff that we set up the blog the first 2 weeks of class. You can use that same login, so you don't have to put in your email address and fill out all this information, anything like that. It's just really nice. Some other things you can put in here. You can also set up a profile, so people will be able to find you if they really like the stuff that you're saying. They can check out your profile and see, where you're from, who you are. There's another picture of me. All that stuff, and then you can post all of any personal sites that you may own or you comment on a lot. You can put down here. So this makes it's a little social edge to the little avatar system. So just so you guys can see what that actually does on the site, you can see in 2 different places. One, if we go under users, we'll go under all users. We'll see me. I have my little avatar that shows up right here. Or we can come to any post that I've made. Let's refresh this real quick. And then let's say I'm going to leave a post here, or a little comment, and say, I'll just say this is funny. I know I wrote the article, but whatever. So there we go. And now anytime I post, my little avatar shows up right here too. So that's the purpose of that, just to add a little bit of personal style to your comments, so you don't just have that default avatar that's going to be set under settings and discussion down here. So these are for people who do not use the Gravatar system. Okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we are all good there. Well, when we're creating all these, or having all these people create these posts, or these comments on our posts, we need a little bit of control here, and we don't just want anybody to post, okay? Meaning, there's a lot of spam out there, okay? Tons and tons of people are paid to go to just different blogs and then write just a really short little comment, and most of the time it's a comment that doesn't even pertain to what's being written, okay, or what the post is about. They just go out there, they'll post for a company, and then they get paid for that. Well, we don't want that to happen. So what we want to do is we want to turn on a feature that is called Akismet. Okay, A-K-I-S-M-E-T. And this should already be installed on everyone's WordPress. It's a default thing. Okay. And all you have to do is you go to plugins, you find Akismet, and you activate it. Once it's been activated, you'll see this little bar that'll pop up at the top. It says you're almost done. Activate your account and say goodbye to comment spam. Okay. All you do is click on this guy. Say you want to create a new Akismet key. Click on this button right here. And then fill out our information. So I'm going to go ahead and do mine real quick. tstc.edu. Oh, it's already been used. Well, in that case, let's just log in. Because it's using my WordPress.com information. So just fill that out. Okay? So I don't know what the password is. Let's try this. Hey, look at that. Authorize. It worked. Alright, so then once you're logged in, okay, you can even see my little avatar shows up here. We're going to put in the URL of our blog. So let me type out this really long string. u/students /WordPress. There we go. Okay, and it says down here that there's all these different prices. You can do $5 a month, $50 a month. We want to do personal because it's going to be free. Make sure you go over here, move the slider down to 0, put in your information, and continue. Alright, you are all done now. Congratulations. All you need to do now, from this screen, it walks you through and explains you where everything needs to go, but all you have to do, take this number that it gives you that it generated, copy that, we're going to go back to our WordPress blog, go back under installed plugins, go to settings for Akismet, okay, so you already have a key, and then paste your key in, save changes. That's it. We have a couple of options in here. We can auto-delete spam submitted on posts more than a month old, or show the number of comments you've approved beside each comment author. Really, the only one that I usually check is auto-delete spam. Akismet's really good at catching spam, and you're going to experience. We're not going to have a lot of issues with it because our folder structure here, the WordPress installation is so deep that spammers aren't going to know how to get to it, or they're not going to see it. Okay, you may get a piece of spam occasionally on these installations, but installing this could wipe out about 99% of it. Okay, so pretty good thing here. So, all right. So now we have Akismet set up. We have our comment set up. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is going to be third-party commenting. Okay, and what that means is there's a bunch of plugins out there that we can get that are going to change our comment system. And I'm not going to go in depth on any of them. I just want to kind of explain what they are, and I'll show you guys my favorite one, which is called Disqus, D-I-S-Q-U-S. It's a really nice alternative to the WordPress built-in one because they're going to do a little bit of their own spam handling. They are going to do all the support for you, and they're going to add some really neat features. And just so you guys can kind of see what it looks like, this is an example of what the Disqus comment system looks like. Okay, and instead of using the Gravatar system for all that, for your avatar and having to log in with or sign up for a WordPress account on your site, or every time going in and filling out your name, your email address, and then putting in your website and all that, you can use your social username and password to log in. So Facebook or Twitter, or you can create a Disqus username and password. So that's a really nice little feature because a lot of people tend to, oh, I gotta fill out all this stuff to comment on the site. Forget it. I'm gonna leave. Okay. With this, they can just click, oh, Facebook. You use Facebook to log in. It says, is this your Facebook credentials? You say yes. It says, do you authorize this? You say yes. And then you're done. You can comment away. It also uses a like system. There's just some really neat features that are built into this one. And it works out of the box with pretty much every platform. Okay. You can see right here, it says it works with WordPress, Tumblr, Blogger, Drupal, and then if you just want to use straight HTML and JavaScript, you can. Okay. It's a really cool option, but there's a lot of other ones out there. This week I provided you guys with, I believe, 4 different third-party commenting systems. If you'd like to add this to your site, you're more than welcome to. If you want to use the native system that WordPress provides you, you're fine. That's fine too. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you send me an email.